everybody, welcome to Teaspoon Retro. I'm your host Teaspoon, and I hope you had a really merry Christmas. So we're going to watch a little Foodie Beauty live stream that she did. She's a bit ragey. She's definitely a bit ragey. So we're going to take a little look at that, and I just want to take this opportunity to wish all you guys a really happy new year, and I'm hoping that everything goes well for you and you have a fantastic 2025. Alright then, let's take a little look at the video, shall we?
No, I'm not in the Kia. I have a rented car. It's a Hyundai, not a Kia.
Oh, Chantal, is that halal nail polish? Because you have to clean it off 5 times a day for prayer. It's supposed to be haram, isn't it?
It drives okay. Hey, Aaron. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Let me heart that. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, Princess.
Hate to break it to you, Chantal, but that wasn't a heart. It was more like a pair of binoculars than it was a heart.
I just had a nice lunch to myself. A halal lunch. I had like chicken kebab. It was so good.
Of course it was a halal lunch you had. Because observing all those sacred customs of your faith has been so important to you these past 2 years, hasn't it?
So yeah, I have my nails painted, but they're actually, it's like I got this at the Islam shop where I got my hijabs. It's I don't know, it's halal nail polish. Like it's actually like supposed to be wudu friendly because they say it's oxygen and water permeable, but I don't know.
What was with the inverted commas before the halal? Subconscious gesture, maybe? Revealing the lie that it isn't halal nail polish and it's just normal nail polish, which it most definitely looks like. Granted, I can't say for sure if I've seen halal versus non-halal nail polish, but I would have said that it's just that little inverted commas thing that she did just at the start of that halal and put it in inverted commas. It's almost like a subconscious gesture to say, this is bullshit, what I'm saying, and they'll believe anything.
I guess if it is, I'll get good deeds. I guess if it's not, I'll go to hell. Yeah, it does match my shirt. Yeah, it does. So yeah, I saw it at the counter.
Again, Chantal, you always tell on yourself and to me the inverted commas, that little subconscious gesture that you probably didn't even realise you were doing, of putting the inverted commas in halal, and this latest statement means that you know damn well it's not halal nail polish and that you don't really care.
When I said, is this halal nail polish? I've been wanting to try it. She said, yeah, it was a little expensive, but whatever. So yeah, actually I like the Kia better than this car. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I do. Halal nail polish, it's a thing. It allows the nail beds to still get water during washing for prayer. That's what they say. No, it's not easier to take it off for prayer 5 times a day. Hey, Megasaurus. Heck no. I had chicken kebab salad. No pigs were involved in the making of the nail polish. Rice, bread. This is a rental car. I think it's a 2013. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the tag said 2013. Where is my... Oh, yeah. I got my sunglasses back, by the way. Remember these ones? The Dolce & Gabbanas? Hey, Jane.
Hang on a second. Reference those sunglasses. You left those in the Kia, you said. You were lamenting the loss of them not so long ago, and said, oh gosh, I haven't got my good sunglasses, my Dolce & Gabbanas. I left them in the Kia, and I don't have the Kia anymore. But now you suddenly have the Dolce & Gabbanas. Chantal, do you maybe want to step outside the car so we can just verify that it's not a Kia? Just for the hell of it? Just for the sake of it?
Oh, is Ron? Ron's here gifting like Santa Claus. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it. Ready to set bees. Oh, you did get one, Princess. Sandra. Hey, Han.
Princess, I send you my sincerest condolences. You are the unlucky recipient of one of Chantal's completely perk-free memberships. Why anybody would pay membership fees is beyond me. It really is. It honestly is.
There was a bunch of hens clucking. Yeah, it's really not... Like, I used to like watching like Lolcow Live. You know, just like... They had a pretty good rapport with each other. They weren't like over the top. But I cannot... You know, it's just not my thing.
Translation. I no longer like Lolcow Lives because they called me out on all my BS and I tried to play the victim and it didn't wash. Then I tried to double down on having been a victim, you know, because of course they made me say, yes, of course, by all means, look at my snatch. Show me proof that I doxed somebody and I'll suck your wiener. Of course, it was somebody else making you say all those things, wasn't it, Chantal? And when that didn't work, you tried to play victim. That didn't work. And so now, predictably, oh no, I'm far too good to have anything to do with local life. No, absolutely not. It's not for me, no.
But you guys miss a version of me in Canada that you're never going to get back. Like that, I'm not going to regress back into my old ways. It's been almost 3 years? Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, I'm happy.
It's been it's been just over 2 years and there's no regression because you haven't evolved beyond the point where you were. The only reason you're not high as balls every single day is that you don't have access to the same drugs in Kuwait that you do in Canada.
That I've matured in a lot of ways, and that I don't want to be a mess anymore. I don't want to be like drinking and partying and just like, you know, just not for me. It reminds me of a life that I don't have anymore, like that I don't live anymore, like a version of me that I'm still trying to like move past from, you know? So I don't know. I just don't feel like the same. I don't know how to explain it.
Let me try. The reason you feel deflated now you're in Canada is because since before the 28th of December, the little wheels have been going round in your head, wondering which red room is Salah in today? Which lady with large boobies is he talking to today? How many people has he been with? And the wheels keep on turning and turning. And all you've got to do, really, in your time in Canada, is you've got time to think. Because you can't go back at the moment because you're still waiting for your visa to process. So you're thinking, wondering what he's doing, and you can't go back there. And I can feel a boiling rage just beneath the surface, just waiting to come out.
I can't even film in a hotel, Brooke, because like it's not private either. How do you know I'm a tourist, Jenna Talia? How do you know? Where's your proof of this? That's what I'm saying. Like, you have no proof of anything. Hey, Bailey. Like, even if I was, who cares? I can tour around the Middle East as many times as I want. I don't have to live here. Even if I got kicked out of Kuwait and couldn't go there anymore, I wouldn't be coming back here to live. I would be moving to another country. I would be traveling around as a nomad. I don't care. I'm not coming back here to live. I'm not happy. So, don't respond to someone who's named that, yeah.
You're not happy in Canada You're not happy in Kuwait, and you're not happy anywhere, and you'll never be happy anywhere, because the thing is, Chantal, that you can't stand yourself. Go to therapy and learn to like yourself, and then the other things will start to fall into place. You'll start to stick with a weight loss goal then, because you'll be feeling motivated and you'll actually want to do it for yourself, because you'll like yourself enough to make the changes that are necessary. Until then, nothing's going to change. And so it doesn't matter where you are, really. I mean, Canada, Kuwait, Thailand, wherever you go, you're still going to be stuck with you.
It's normal for digital nomads to do visa runs. My problem is people don't have any proof of like anything of my status, you know?
Well, we do really, because someone very helpfully made a chart, and every 3 months, regular as clockwork, you've had to travel for some reason, and then you've popped back up again. Just before this run, you were in Thailand, and you were there for a good month, and you were there for a month because you had to be out of Kuwait for a period of around 30 days before your visa would be processed and you could go back again, because you've been going on visas every 3 months. So that is the proof, if you like, in the pudding. So, you know, nobody needs to be an armchair expert to sit down and figure out the pattern. There's a pattern, Chantal. A pattern even you, if you wanted to, couldn't really... Well, you will, because you'll gaslight people and you'll always try and say to people, "No, guys, no, I don't leave every 3 months. What are you on about? I don't go anywhere every 3 months." But you do. You do go somewhere every 3 months. And here you are again in Canada. And it just happens to be 3 months. And you can't tell anybody when you're going back to Kuwait, because you don't know when you're going back to Kuwait, because you don't know when your visa will be processed, or even if they'll allow you back in again. Hence your, well, if they don't let me back in, who cares, you know, I'll be a nomad, I'll go wherever. But Chantal, isn't that completely at odds with your proclamations of your undying love for your husband and your pets? I mean, wouldn't you be upset about not seeing them again? I mean, you might be able to go wherever, but Salah can't. So wouldn't you be upset about that? Obviously not, being as you can be so flippant about it. Says a lot, really, doesn't it? Says how real your relationship really is. That really, if all of this broke down tomorrow, you couldn't give a toss.
There's always going to be a certain type of nostalgia going back to where you were raised. Doesn't mean you can't live and appreciate a different country. I am so bored with Canada. Like, no, I don't want to stay here for more than a little bit just to see my family. Like, maybe someday I'll change my mind. I have no idea. But right now I want to just, I don't honestly see what's like so great. You know, I don't know. I don't think that Canada sucks. I'm just like, I've just had enough of it after like a week, you know, like my family feels just, my heart is in with my husband and my pets, you know, and if they were in any other country, it doesn't have to be Kuwait, I would want to live there with them, you know. Yes, Lizzie, I've been attacked before for saying that I don't want to live here. That's why I say that. I mean, obviously I know it's, you know, I know that it's a nice country and everything, obviously. Does Buster ever let you spoon him? No. Listen to Carrie Berry. What a moron. Go take your 80s bangs back to your friggin' support group, you weirdo. Gifts are collected. Time to go back. Did you get gifts for Christmas? Okay, so why can't anyone else get gifts for Christmas? Like, why do people have to make an entire live stream about the gifts I get for Christmas? Like, as if I'm going to pay $1,500 plus for a flight to Canada to come get a fucking Miss Dior perfume. Are you on crack?
Wow, Chantal, that comes across as so ungrateful. Some perfume. You say it with such disdain. These members of your family have bought you the gifts with good intent, and you've just taken that and thrown it straight back in their faces. Wow. What a loving daughter you are.
Like, what? Yes, I'm pissed off. Like, every time I call...
You said you were going to avoid drama, and here we are. You're getting all worked up. Just calm down, Chantal. Calm down. You're going to bust a blood vessel.
Come on here, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try coming on here again, and then I fucking hate the internet once again. I hate it. Like, I hate it. I don't even know why I bothered.
Oops. And swearing too. Is that not haram? It is, isn't it? It's not allowed. It's naughty. Naughty, Chantal.
So stupid. I'm going to take $1,500 plus, $1,500 plus, rent a car for $1,200 to come here and get some makeup brushes and a perfume and some Lush. Oh, you caught me. Oh, dear. Take your friggin' comment and get out of here. What the heck? Does that mean...
Chantal, like we've already said, you're not over there just for gifts. You're over there because you need to renew your visa. So that's what your real purpose for being in Canada is for you to renew your visa. The fact that your family bought you gifts, well, despite the fact that you're Muslim and you don't celebrate Christmas, that's one thing you're more than happy to partake in. You know, it's the food and the gift. So while you might not go out of your way to get gifts, I could almost believe the fact that you'd run over to Canada to go and fill your face with poutine and Chinese food and nashies and all the rest of it. Oh, and the weed, of course. Let's not forget the weed. The weed as well. Oh, yes. So there are numerous reasons other than the gifts, Chantal. Nobody said you went back purely for the gifts. We said that was one of the reasons amongst many for which you would be going back to Canada.
Make any sense? No, it doesn't. Who cares about visa runs? They're stupid. They have no content. Hey, Receipt Boy. The frig, who cares? Like, who cares? Prove I'm on a visa run. Prove it. Who cares anyways?
And there we go, people. Confirmed. She's on a visa run. See what she said? Prove it! Prove it! And if there's one thing that's well known about Chantal by now, is the fact that when she screeches, prove it! in those dulcet tones of hers, then you immediately can say, there you go, that's the proof right there. Because whenever she's caught in something and she doesn't like it, that the fact that everybody can call her out is calling her out on her BS, she'll scream, prove it. So there we are. There's the proof. And like she says, who cares anyway if I'm renewing a visa, a tourist visa? Well, Chantal, the reason people care about the tourist visa is because if you were legally married, you wouldn't need a tourist visa. Ergo, having a tourist visa means you're not legally married. Means, therefore, you lied to people about your marriage status. You really are stupid, Chantal, because people have to keep explaining this small point to you over and over and over and over and over again. and it cannot pass through all that impacted, blocked up wax to the 2 remaining brain cells that you didn't annihilate with all the pipe smoking that you did with your ex-friend stroke unclaimed boyfriend.
Anyway, us Beezers love you. I know, I love you, Beezers. That's the only reason I'm still on this platform, is Beezers.
No. Bullshit. Chantal, bullshit. The reason why Chantal is still on this platform, Beezers, is not for any of you guys. She couldn't give 2 farts about you guys. It's because money. And she needs the money because Salah doesn't work, and the only stream of income they have is tied to YouTube. So Chantal has to get up on YouTube and perform like a seal, performing, or should I say a walrus, and perform like a walrus in a circus. She doesn't want to do it. She absolutely doesn't want to be doing it, but she's got no option, because without that, there's no money. And without that, Salah will tell her to, don't come back, Chantal. You know what I mean? So, please, I'm here for my Beezers. No, no you're not. No, you're not.
Just bees and let bees. Yeah, people get gifts. Okay, I'm going to spend thousands of dollars to come to Canada just to get my Christmas gifts. I got a jar of pickles, a perfume, I don't even know, some Lush. I went to a bookstore. Wow, sure.
Such ingratitude.
I bought a Stephen King book, and I bought it like a planner. Because I got to get serious for the New Year's, get my life together and stuff. Crumble cookies? Do you have any New
We won't hold our breath.
Year's resolutions? I do energy, but I don't want to talk about them right now because it's like I have to really think about them. I have a few things. Actually, I saw a lot of people doing a trend called no spend 2025, and they give up certain things, but I already pretty much like, I guess, cutting down on the takeout, but in Kuwait it's not that bad.
Yeah, Chantal, reference to takeout, you know, you keep saying, oh, well, you know, because it's cheap. It's the fact that it's cheap isn't the point. It's besides the point. Takeaway isn't healthy. It's not portioned sensibly. You can't tell how it's been prepared and cooked. You don't know what's been added to it, so you can't control, say, the sodium in it or sugars, anything like that. So it's not good for you. Not good for someone with diabetes.
So yeah, of course, that's one of the benefits of living somewhere else, you know, but people think I escape my financial responsibilities from here. No, it doesn't work that way. Like, no matter where you are, they'll come after you for money, and I don't want to escape I want to like head on deal with my, in the past, being so financially irresponsible. So I would say just don't live beyond your means. Like, really think, I screenshot, really think if you need something. Like, that's what I do. Because I'm so impulsive, I would add all kinds of crap to a cart. And if you wait, you know, but I still have trouble. Like, I buy way too much, probably like way too much food still. But
Chantal, can I just say this? If I was going to take financial advice from anybody, it certainly wouldn't be a woman who's gone through 2 bankruptcies. Just putting that out there.
no, I don't need a dentist. Do it screen. Yeah, I'm in Canada visiting.
I would agree, you probably do need a dentist, Chantal, because look how swollen that one side of your face is. And every time you've been eating recently, fairly recently, up that side, you've sort of exclaimed in pain. So, You need to go and get that seen to. Could be an abscess. And an abscess shouldn't be left untreated.
I'm never traveling, but I always say this. I'm never leaving my Dad and my Julia. Yes, Leslie Cat. I'm never leaving them again.
But you have to, Chantal, every 3 months for your tourist visa. Remember?
I think it would be worse for me if I was on here every day, on lives and dealing with annoying questions. Sorry, that felt good. What are you doing?
Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high.
Denver. Wow, are you skiing? Or that's Aspen. Or is that the same thing? This car is not bigger than the Kia. No. It's small. Kind of looks like the Kia. It's not the Kia.
Go outside. Show us. Show us. Go on. Indulge us. Show us the outside. And it's not the car that's small, Chantal. It's because you are so very voluminous. I don't know why that word sort of erupted into my brain quite suddenly. Note to self, drink less Baileys next time.
Ugh, anyone who asks me about my visa is getting blocked! Oh yeah, sorry Tracy, you're right. That's okay. I guess. What are you doing on New Year's Eve? I don't know yet. Thanks, Bear. This is why I shouldn't come live. And this is why I shouldn't be on YouTube anymore. Can we have a hotel bees? How about that visa?
But she has to keep coming back, guys, because she can't do any other job. Because, quite frankly, who would employ her? You know, once you've been out of work a certain amount of time, prospective employers tend to sort of look at you sort of warily. And they would look at Chantal and they would probably say, this lady has obvious mobility issues. How long is it going to be before she's calling in sick? Will she even get through a shift without keeling over? It's just the way it is. So she has to keep coming back to YouTube because literally it's the only thing she can do. And she's too lazy to do any other job in any case. I mean, good grief. I know she said like she would do sort of waitressing not so long back, but no, she wouldn't. No, they work hard. That's working in the service industry. It's a hard grind. It really is. I used to regularly do minimum 16,000 steps a day. Minimum. It's not a job for the faint-hearted. You know, I would imagine by the time Chantal would get to the end of a first shift, not that I think she'd even get through a first shift, but everything would hurt, and would hurt to such an extent that she wouldn't go back. So, quite frankly, any employer is going to look at her and is going to say, no. I need someone that's going to be able to turn up every day. This person is not the one sitting in front of me. So you become textbook unemployable. Ergo, you have to do YouTube. So you're...
Hello, I actually don't, because I traveled here now, I don't feel like traveling for a while. So, I don't even think, like, I was in Kuwait for 6 solid months, wasn't I? I didn't travel. Oh no, since Thailand. But before Thailand. People are stupid. An airport vlog?
No, you've been travelling regularly every 3 months.
Yeah, and Salah didn't come because obviously, like, I don't know how people don't realize this maybe, but it's not easy, like, to just come here to Canada or the US. Like, it depends what, like, type of passport you have, where you're from. Otherwise, you have to apply for a visit visa, which takes months and is just really grueling and stupid. So this was like a last minute thing. It really was. It really was last minute decision. Hey, mom's life. That's why my friggin' flight was more expensive. Because it was the last minute. I was surprised it was only that cheap. So.
You know, Chantal, you just reiterated again that it was so very, very last minute. So last minute. But then you got all offended and butthurt when people said that you didn't buy your family gifts. But if it was so last minute, why would you buy your family gifts? You wouldn't have had time to, because you'd have been dashing to the airport, surely. And I can't see you buying anything in the airport itself. It'd probably be far too expensive in there for your tastes. So I still say no, you didn't buy your family any gifts at all.
He has a life over there. Exactly. Like, exactly. You know? And just, I think it would be such a culture shock. I don't know. But yeah, it's, people just don't care that Salah has his life and family there. So they think, hey, Brie, that anybody from any other country wants to live in Canada and the US. Like, there's just no way, like, you know what I mean? So, it doesn't matter, Elliot Roger. How do you know? Maybe it was, like, everywhere. Who cares? I was too.
Okay, Chantal, educate us on this then. Why would somebody in Kuwait switch their profile, their Tinder profile, over to international so that they can basically become visible to anybody from anywhere? If Salah was so interested in only remaining within Kuwait, he wouldn't have been looking for a wife from outside of Kuwait. The reason he's looking for a wife outside of Kuwait, and particularly a Western woman, and let's not forget, as per the poopy texts, he does not like Western women one bit. He's obviously looking for an escape route out of Kuwait. And you were, until he finally realised, going to be his ticket out of there. But now, 2 years on, he's no closer to being in Canada. If anything, he's even further away. And he can see that there really is no way he's ever getting into Kuwait. Which is why I think he's been very testy with you lately and has been sort of biting back a little bit and seems far more irritated by you than usual, you know, because he's getting nothing out of this at all. He was getting the car out of it, but now, I mean, based on that last drive, you've royally messed that up as well, because it looks like the suspension's given out. So, I mean, that's going to cost a pretty penny. So he's getting nothing out of it, is he really? And the money keeps going down and down and down.
Yeah, so who cares? Honestly, like, he's handsome. He's got it together. Like, he could, if he just wanted to come to Canada quick, he could literally find someone to do that with, you know? Like, no. It's true, right? And apparently...
Yeah, it is true. I mean, he tried with Kai Bella, didn't he? Last year. So he's trying. He's definitely trying. He's been casting his net out. It just hasn't been catching anyone. And he probably won't, will he? Since Poopgate went viral again. Oh, you're really living out your karma, aren't you, Chantal? Stuck in a fart box with a bloke you can't stand, and he can't stand you. You're both kind of enjoying the karma that you truly deserve.
I'm broke, so, like, what is the incentive here if we're still gonna spend, like, we're not coming here, so, you know, it's really stupid. Nobody can keep their lies straight. Be honest, did you get high? Sounds like a bad after-school special. You're 40 years old. It's none of anyone's business. It's really not. Let Salah and her live the way they want to, right, Carefree? Probably Canada, Bestie Rain. He wants to visit more than USA. Yes, Colleen, Niv. I consider Kuwait my home, yeah. Yeah, he could have legit puts in here. Of course he wants to visit. Like, he loves Canada as a country, thinks it's beautiful. He's always had a fascination since he's young with Niagara Falls, I think from the movies he was watching. So he wants to visit that, for sure. You know? And I don't know, maybe he did have that in his mind. He wanted to move to Canada. I don't know. Like, he's never said to me, I really want to go to Canada. Like, I want to go to Canada. I want to go to Canada. We've just been going with the flow, you know? Like, yeah. We just go with the flow. But he does have family there. He does have friends there. He does have his job. He does have, you know, like his business he's invested into. He has his car. He has our apartment. Like, we have a lot going on there. Our apartments. We're settled there, of course. Arabs in Niagara Falls, all want to see it. Really? Yeah, Colleen. They should be able to travel anywhere. I've said many times, I don't want to share my marriage certificate. I don't want to talk about my visa status. I don't want to talk about, you know, so it's like, I think people should just respect that, and they don't. They just go ahead and say, okay, she's not going to tell us, so she's a liar, and we're just going to make things up. Hey, Belly.
No, people are making educated assertions based on your own movement over the past 2 years. And for the past 2 years, every 3 months, you've travelled. And I put that in inverted commas. You've travelled. And it's been not really anywhere special. It's been nothing more than a very thinly disguised tourist visa renewal. So people are making educated inferences based on the information they have to hand. And you give away far more than you think, Chantal. You think you have this poker face, but darling, you really don't. You don't have a poker face at all.
You don't have to answer to anything. Yeah, true. True, Tiffany. They're always wrong, Olivia. They're always wrong. Always. They have not been right about anything. Anything. So no. Exactly. That's why I don't, Gemini. I don't share anything. But when I don't share anything, they make things up. You know? See what I mean? Look at Melissa's comment. What is with all the rumors that you're being served papers and that your landlord knows you're not married? Okay, where is the proof of this? Like, why is this even a rumor? Like, what? Like, it's so stupid. That's so stupid. No, that's not true. So unless you hear me say it, don't believe it. Like,
Really?
it's all bullshit for clout and attention. There's some loser who's desperate for my attention and has completely gone haywire, okay? And is like saying, oh, I'm going to be sued and all this and that, when they couldn't even afford their passport. I'm waiting. Here. And you know how I know that's a lie? 1, because I'm still waiting, but 2, because when we rented our apartments, we had to show our marriage certificate. So this person claims that they know more about our marriage than we do. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But Chantal, you lie all the time. You lie constantly. So the last thing anybody should do is when you turn around and say, oh, well, when we had to come to rent our apartment, we had to show our marriage certificate. But if you got a marriage certificate, Foodie, you wouldn't need to be travelling every 3 months. Come on, wakey. Good grief. That crack really did do a number on your brain cells, didn't it?
Why not? They're friends. That's why he talks to them. It's not the same system. That's why you don't talk about a culture you know nothing about. SB would know this. They're the hottest of the building. Takes care of the building. Salah goes in and out of the building. Or downstairs to the Bakala. He sees the hottest. They talk every day.
Ah, thanks for confirming that, Chantal. So you admit then that the landlord and your husband are friends. Therefore, that's probably how you've got around the fact that you've been able to rent that apartment then. Because it's just another one of those people that you know who can grease the wheels of the system, so to speak. And of course, the landlord, if he's speaking to an official legal representative, you'd probably find he's not about to do anything that's likely to lead him to being charged with offences himself. He's not going to risk perjuring himself for you and for Salah.
Right? Yes, SB, you live in Kuwait. There you go. They will not even let you look at those buildings. There are specific buildings that are family buildings. And that's the one we looked at. We liked the ocean view. And, I know, George. And, yeah, you have to show your marriage certificate. You have to be married to live together in Kuwait. Right, SB? They live in brief fear rages, I know. Yeah, peasant. I know, Carefree. I hate stupid people. That's why I need a break. You're ignorant for sure. I don't know, Crystal. Plans are up in the air. Don't feed the trolls. Really, Barbara? Good. Make one with crayons and upload it to your... Yes, I should! I can't even sit here. I feel like people are stalking me here. Stupid people. Yeah, you have to dumb down big time. Big time. You clicked a link on a fishy email. Oh my god, you're stupid. Okay, and... Like, it's not as if it was just a random, like, weird email. It was somebody who claimed to be a beezer and seemed concerned. So it was manipulative. It could happen to anybody. But trust me, now I know.
No, Chantal, it wouldn't happen to just anybody. Because everybody with a pair of functioning brain cells knows that if you get an email from an unverified source purporting to be a beezer, and given your track record of beezers, I should think you would be very wary of them, i.e. Didi, Kai Bella. One would think you would be far more careful. There's people in their 80s that are perfectly aware that you don't click on a link in an email from an unverified source. But you did. And not just you, Salah did too, which makes you and Salah two very, very special kind of idiots, doesn't it?
It was a picture link, not just any link. And like, how are you deflecting this shit onto me? Well, you shouldn't have clicked it. No, you shouldn't have sent it. You're a psycho. You shouldn't have sent that. Anyway, I don't even care. I'm not mad. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not mad. Whatever. No, you shouldn't have clicked on it. Yes, they shouldn't have sent it, but their attempt would not have succeeded if you hadn't clicked on it. So it's still your problem at the end of the day, because you should have just looked at it, gone, I don't know who the heck that's from, delete, and they would have had nothing, would they? But then again, you do tend to fall for just anything, don't you? I mean, look at some of your previous relationships. Look at Sana and all the stuff he's been up to. You'll fall for any old BS.
Yeah, it's legal in here. Marijuana is legal in Canada. But if I'm doing it or not is 130 million% nobody's business.
But Chantal, it's not the reason whether it's legal or not in Canada. It's a fact that partaking in weed is not just one of your old behaviours rearing to the surface again, and is therefore further evidence of you not having evolved in any way, shape or form whatsoever. It's also the fact that it is not permissible to partake in weed in Islam. That's one of the things that's haram, surely. So how many times are you going to turn around and say, well, guys, stop being haters. I mean, I'm trying, I'm trying. Yeah, but are you really? Are you trying to be a good Muslim? No, you're not, are you? Even sort of this evening with the nail polish, oh no, I'm not going to go and take that off 5 times a day for praying. No, it's far too much effort.
And circle jerking each other, like No, I don't like those vibes.
But you did like the idea of blowing one of the guys on lolcows, didn't you? Because you offered to do that. So if we're the circle jerkers, you're the one doing the blowy under the desk.
So it's no one's business, McClue. Muslims who do smoke are still Muslim. So it's no one's business. It's between you and God. So I don't understand that. Like, it's so stupid. The most deplorable human beings in Gore World have the nerve to virtue signal against me and worry about when I'm praying and if I'm being a good Muslim or not. Shove it up your friggin', you know what? Give me a break. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
No, shall I say what probably annoys people? Or should I say what is more likely to probably give other Muslims pause for thought? Is the fact that nobody who is serious about their religion likes to see their religion being openly mocked. And I don't mean just in ways of telling off-colour jokes. That would be highly insensitive. But I mean in terms of how one conducts themselves. So if someone isn't seen to be taking their religion seriously, then other people have a right to feel aggrieved about it. Because to a lot of people, religion and their beliefs are very important to them. So when they see somebody openly flouting every single rule there is, they're going to feel justifiably annoyed.
The Muslim lady, Dr. Phil Muslim lady, creeped me out. She's a joke. Her channel's gone. And everyone is like, oh yeah, she's so cool. She's what a real Muslim is like. No, a real Muslim does not denounce what other Muslims, like how other Muslims worship, what they believe. That's called takfir, okay? Thank you. And she was sitting there with black nail polish. Maybe it's halal nail polish, I don't know. But as if I'm going to listen to that idiot.
So does that mean then, Chantal, that the next time you criticise another Muslim person and berate them and say, no, you shouldn't be saying that to me, you shouldn't be saying nothing, because what about you? You don't do this and you don't do that. Shall we call you out on your hypocrisy the next time you do it? Because there will be a next time. Because there's always a next time.
And to find out, people thought I was mad that Becky from Lolcow Queens was in Natchurt's DM. This is what makes me mad about the situation, I'll tell you what. Not jealousy. But see, isn't that proof that he was a piece of crap, a cheating piece of crap? With all these women coming forward. And meanwhile, meanwhile, I'm going down the long road, going live, crying that this guy gave me STDs, was an abuser, was everything bad. And something about that made her, Becky, go, I wonder if I can bag that green peen and enter his DMs and want him. Like, what was wrong with me at the time? What was wrong with these women? What makes that attractive to you? This guy...
I don't know, Chantal. Tell us what made him attractive to you. And it's interesting that you can mention your ex's name with impunity, yet anyone else that even utters his name, he who shall not be named. I mean, Jesus God, what is the guy? Fucking Voldemort. So the fact you can utter his name without any consequences, you know, he doesn't strike you, he's never struck you, you've never struck him, you're all up in each other's business constantly. You know, you're still talking very much, and he's entered the conversation again, hasn't he? And you're thinking about him. You're just lusting, aren't you? Lusting over that green peen, because everybody knows that if he crooked his little finger, you would down tools and you would be over there, back on that mattress, in Lachine, doing the business. You really would. And Salah would be dumped so fast it'd make his head spin. Pity he doesn't realise that yet, doesn't it?
I had a mini fridge on a bandsaw desk. All groceries I bought. This guy can't even buy his own groceries to make his shitty food. And that turns you on, apparently. How desperate of a woman do you have to be? I'm sorry, but that is very, very, very desperate. To all...
How desperate a woman do you have to be to chase someone around for over a month? For months and months. To drive over to someone else's apartment. To peek through the windows and see if they were there. Which is very stalkerish behaviour, isn't it, Chantal?
And then the stupid loser has the nerve to be like, she makes me lie about me. Yeah, okay. Like, you stuck it in every hole you could find. Like, behind my back. Like, and gave me STDs. And that was attractive to women. They had to be validated somehow. And call him on Messenger. And the tree ladies and everything. And be like, the homeless women on his porch. There was nothing this scumbag wouldn't do. Like, and he's still trying to repair his reputation? Like, buddy, you need to be in jail. You need to be deported.
You were going to give him an alibi. You gave him an alibi, didn't you, actually? In fact, not you were going to, sorry. You gave him an alibi. What's that say about you? And that you would have done anything for this person whatsoever. And you did try everything to grab this person's attention. But it became increasingly clear that you no longer had the pull on the internet that you did, and therefore being with you wasn't going to be lucrative enough. So you were out, Dee Dee was in.
No, Melissa, I have no papers. The only thing I'm being served is friggin' Swiss Chalet up in these streets. And the only thing that Aisha should be served is some friggin' Prozac. Like, why would you even want to insert... Like, I have not talked about this bee in how long? And she's still going on about, I'm gonna sue you. At this point, I should sue you. I should sue you. You're a friggin' legit stalking weirdo. Okay? You're a banished beezer. You did that to yourself. So get over it and leave me alone before I do actually effing serve you. Because I can afford it and you can't. Trust me.
Oh, come on, Chantal. You've been saying you're going to sue everybody and their dog for years. You don't have the money to sue anybody. And you wouldn't sue anybody. It's too much work involved and it's going to eat into your takeout money. So, and we can't have that. So, so stop with the grandstanding, yeah? Because everybody knows you don't have squat, alright?
She's a friggin' psycho. I'm in touch with their landlord. Why are you bragging? If it's not true, but if it was, why are you bragging about that online like it's some flex? It makes you look like a weirdo. You're a psychotic weirdo. I don't talk about you. I don't talk about your kids. I don't talk about your family. I don't talk about you. Leave me alone. This is your last warning. Leave me alone, or you're going to be the one served on a silver platter. All right? Yeah. Jeez. Hey, Lydia. She's legit a stalker. These people are crazy. I don't even know what she's suing me for. Apparently I attacked her kids. I've never even mentioned her kids. Never. Never. I don't know what her problem is. If anything, I should be suing her. She's the one harassing us. Harassing us. Unless she lives in Kuwait, they're not going to give a shit. And if she did live in Kuwait, she's the one harassing me. So she would be the one in jail, not me. Okay? I don't come for people. I don't come for people first. That's for sure.
Oh, yes, you do. You have come after people a lot of times first. When FFG reached out to you because she was concerned about you being involved with someone who was abusive and had served time for past offences, you rewarded FFG by handing her details, a man who would then go on to threaten her. Threaten to find her, even if she lived in a birdhouse. So saying you don't come after people first is a lie.
There's nothing to sue over. There's nothing to sue over. Nothing. I'll sue them for you. Yeah, please, for being so stupid. You should be able to sue for that.
And if you had the money, Chantal, you wouldn't have needed to ask your dad. Remember that one live stream? Dad, Dad, can you do Slimer for me?
Same thing with that stupid cow Bella. You see her get so gleeful on the anniversary, and she's all like, yeah, that was me. That was me. Like, all happy. Like, get a life. You are a loser, okay? Something that happened, well, to me, that was a long time ago, and made us stronger, and you were like, somebody texted you and said they wanted to take a crap on you, and that's your claim to fame in life. Here's your cookie. Like, people are so stupid on the internet. I can't. So ridiculous. Ugh.
But are we going to just overlook the facts then, or the convenient facts, Chantal, that it wasn't just the fact that he wanted to take a crap on her, it was the fact that he wanted her to come over to Kuwait. He wanted to know how much she earned and if she was still fertile and could give him children, and even derided you and said to Kai Bella, at least I can pick you up. Lol. You forget all of those things, though. You sort of blocked all of those out, and it hasn't made you stronger. You can say that. I mean, the words can come tumbling out of your mouth, but they don't. They absolutely don't. Because it's not made you stronger. It's cheated on you since. I mean, I don't know. I mean, to try and make a point out of it, you tried to call it your anniversary of you being stronger, and then posted up a collage picture of you and your husband together, when in several shots he's got no contact with you whatsoever. And the one picture with a big heart across it is fake. Oh dear. That's why you took that one down, wasn't it? Because the jig was up. Everybody was like, oh, look at that. That's ridiculous. That's fake. That picture ain't real.
No one would ever choose you, okay? No one in life. Guaranteed, if I was single, I could steal your boyfriend, because you're nothing. You're a nothing. Nobody wants anything to do with you other than to say lies in the heat of the moment and then say they want to take a crap on you and treat you like the dog you are. That's all that anyone ever wants with you. Trust me, we're together because we love each other. I don't have to be with him despite everything that happened. And he doesn't have to be with me because I'm broke, right? And I can't have kids. So, and he can't come to Canada, right? So then what? That's right. They're trying to say, oh, well, she ordered her dinner a long time ago. Nice try. Why would you order your effing Christmas dinner from Farm Boy? Like, for hating on Cornwall, you sure like to shop here a lot. And they have the best food and weed, but they're so bad, right? Yeah, because you're such an example. Okay, so maybe the Farm Boy was ordered beforehand. Okay, but what about the weed stalking incident? What about going to a store, showing them my picture? Please, there's a lot of evidence that you're a weirdo stalker. Please. Anyways.
Reference the Farm Boy's FFG thing. Yes, that was ordered miles in advance. And she's entitled to order her Christmas dinner wherever she feels like it. That's not for me, that's not for you, or anybody else to turn around and dictate as to where people should order their Christmas dinner from. Is it?
What are you talking about, Andrea Juarez? Get a life. You're another weirdo who was FaceTiming him. You have issues. Who the fuck is anyone to say that we were not in a relationship? Like, do you honestly think that I would do any of that crap for him if he was not telling me, oh, because he said to the internet that we were only together for a week, so that he doesn't look like he's trying to, why am I even explaining myself to this idiot, this moron? Okay, sure. Yeah, because he said that we were only in a relationship for a week, that makes it so. Right, even though many of the messages, all of the other stuff purports to being different in the case. Please, get a life. Saying that I'm stalking an abuser? Yeah, sure. And that's also not true, that I went and sat in front of their condo. I was parked there because I was seeing him. And that manipulative motherfucker did, he took a picture out of Dee Dee's window to use against me someday. Like, if you side with a narcissistic person, abuser, you're insane. There has been nothing but evidence of his lies, his abuse, his...
Chantal, you're really losing your rag now, aren't you? You absolutely did stalk him in that way. You went straight over to his place and attempted to enter his property because you were convinced he was having it off with someone else. And you talk about other people having stalkerish behaviours.
His disgusting behaviours, and you have the nerve to defend him and believe him. That's your problem. That's your problem, that you were stuck in the green peen on Messenger and you're jealous or something weird. You're pathological. That's your problem. Like, I literally went over there to see him. He asked me to come to see him. And then when I parked in the parking lot...
No. We're not doing revisionist history today, Chantal. No, no. He didn't ask you to go over and see him whatsoever. You were on live stream and you were trying to get hold of him. You were calling him, messaging him over and over and over and over again, and he didn't answer. He was actively screening your calls. Oh, God, he was thinking, it's that idiot again. So he wasn't picking the phone up. So you got in your car and drove over there to have it out with him and tried to get in his place. So he didn't ask you to go over at all.
And told him to come out now. I was here. The stupid loser takes a picture of my car saying that I'm stalking him. He used that on a rainy day when we weren't together anymore. Is it that hard to figure out? Like, please, I stalked him. Oh, by going over and looking in the window that was like at my level. There was no curtain there. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sure. But him hiding my keys and not letting me leave the apartment and me running to the dépanneur to get away from him and him coming after me, that's not stalking. No, not at all.
Chantal, if you'd have been able to rent that place for him and hadn't got that knock back, you'd have absolutely still been with him, still hanging on to that green peen and rubbing your hands together and proclaiming how wonderful and brilliant your relationship was. It's the fact that he didn't want you and went off with Dee Dee is when you went nuclear on him. And everybody knows that the story behind the attempted breaking and entering at his apartment, everybody knows that story. And in the archive, there is still the evidence of that. So you can try and trick your new beezers into believing your bullshit. But for those that know, we continue to know, and we continue to hold very tightly onto those little playing cards, and we'll bring them out.
Yeah, Kelly UK, exactly. The crack hath spoken. Like, are you serious? I've been live to tell you, like, every single thing. People joke about paper clips like it's funny. That really was, like, he really freaked me out. He's a creepy person. And nobody can tell me that's not true. If you simp for him, you are a psycho. There's no if, even if you hate me, you let your hate allow you to defend an abuser and completely dismiss another woman's experience with that. That's okay. I don't want to talk about my past. I don't want to talk about my personal information. Like, just F off and leave me alone. We just want to visa. That's it. Okay? I want to have a life. I want to have fun. I want to focus on myself.
Chantal, when do you not focus on yourself? The only person you think of is yourself.
Yeah, after this, I'm taking a long break. I know I always say that, but this was such a mistake.
You're a narcissist, Chantal, and the one thing that narcissists crave more than anything is attention. And you're addicted to the attention. You thrive on attention.
Because I feel like I miss you guys, and I feel like I should be able to have a simple fucking stream without these stupid idiots involved. Like, go away. We want nothing to do with you. Like, we don't want anything to do with you. This is my space. We bees here. Okay? And it's sad that people can't have fun without there being some kind of drama or raging. Even if I'm visa running, I'm doing more traveling than you. You freaking weird heifer. Like, what? Like, how are you? Oh no, now I'm using Kalari's word. Heifer. What? Like, what are you even talking about? Like, at least I'm traveling. Who cares? Anastasia, it's really, really expensive. It's like $70 to fill this thing. And it's like 10 to fill the cherry. Even if it was a visa run, it costs a lot of money to travel. Yeah, true. Yeah, it does. Especially internationally to Canada if I just wanted to do a visa run.
And if it's a visa run, you're not married. Because if you were married, you wouldn't need a tourist visa.
And you know what? The point is that even if you're right, it's a visa run. I don't want people to know my visa status. Like, that's the whole point. It's not your business. You're not entitled to the information. Like, I don't owe you anything, you know? But it's still a travel.
But we wouldn't be asking the question if you hadn't brought it to the internet in the first place and you made content out of it. you made content out of moving to Kuwait and marrying your husband who has a grape fetish and poo-poo's fetish. Great catch there. Nobody's going to fight you over him, dear. Nobody. But you brought all this to the internet and made content out of it. You don't then get to rage at people because they have an opinion on it.
Yeah, I know. I'm broke, but I paid $9,000 for you. Like, 9,000 is such a random number. Like, what? Like, okay. So I paid $9,000 for you. I bought, apparently, we have 2 apartments. SUV. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Anyways, I'm done. Oh, Vanessa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Vanessa. We owe you a keyboard, okay? Like, budget. I don't know what their problem is, man. I don't even talk about these people, like, unless I'm answering.
But, and here's the thought, Chantal. You can keep going, well, you know, what are people saying we're broke for? I mean, you know, I can't be broke and afford 2 apartments and afford a cherry Temu car that'll blow up soon, you know, and afford all this other stuff. Chantal, what you don't realise is that it is entirely probable that the reason you could be so broke is because you're paying for all these things, like the 2 apartments and the Temu car and the visa runs and all the rest of it. So you can be broke because of those things. I don't subscribe to the 2 apartment idea myself. I think Salah probably lives with his parents still. I don't believe for 1 second that he spends significant time in that apartment with you. So, you know, but it is entirely possible for 2 things to be true. So it's entirely possible that the reason you could be broke is because you're paying for all these things. They're not mutually exclusive.
How much money did I make this stream? $13? Oh.
Oh, wow. So you've been sat there for getting on for 2 hours, raging, and all you've got to show for it is 13 lowly dollars. Oh dear. Oh, good grief. Yeah, you'd have made more money down at Arby's, wouldn't you? Maybe you should get that job there after all.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Alright guys, that concludes the video. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you'd like to like and subscribe, I'd be really grateful. If you enjoyed this content, or if there's other content you want to see me cover, just let me know. Thanks again for stopping by. Take care everybody, and I hope you're having a prosperous and very happy 2025. Ta-ta for now.